You're not going to believe what happened when this spoiled woman started laughing in court. The judge's reaction was quick and completely unexpected, leaving the entire room in shock. At the end of this video, you'll find out a decision that shook the entire judicial system. Get ready to be surprised by a lesson that no one saw coming. Before diving into the story, I want to announce something special. During this video, I will tell you a magic word. If you comment with that word, you'll enter our contest to win exclusive prizes every week. Stay with us and look for the hidden word. The solemn silence of courtroom 502 in Wayne County, Redford Township, Michigan, was interrupted by an unexpected sound of laughter. But have you ever wondered, is respect for human life something that can be taught with a sentence? Or is it something you either have or you don't? Write it in the comments. On June 23, 2016, Judge Qiana Lillard snapped her head up, her eyes narrowing as she identified the source, not from the usual spectators or passersby, but from the family of the defendant herself. What was supposed to be a routine sentencing hearing would soon turn into a viral moment of accountability and a powerful lesson on respect in the judicial system. Amanda Kosal, 25, stood before the court, awaiting her fate for a drunk driving incident that had led to the death of Jerome Zerker, a 31-year-old father of 5. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where one wrong choice changed everything? Write it in the comments. Your experience might inspire someone not to make the same mistake. The gravity of the situation seemed to escape some members of her family, particularly her mother, Donna, who would soon face the consequences of her inappropriate behavior in court. Today's magic word is accountability. Write it in the comments and join our weekly contest to win exclusive prizes. But most importantly, let us know what this word means to you. The courtroom was divided like a battlefield that day. On one side was Jerome's family, his mother, Rachel, clutching a tissue, his sister preparing to deliver the victim impact statement.
Hi there. If you're enjoying this story, make sure to subscribe to our channel. It's completely free and takes just a second, but it means the world to us. Your support is the reason we can keep bringing you incredible stories every day.
And his fiancée, Brittany Johnson, who survived the incident but suffered serious injuries. Their 5 children sat quietly beside her, too young to fully understand why their father would never come home. On the other side sat the Kosal family, a stark contrast to the somber atmosphere across the aisle. When Jerome's sister stood to speak, the room fell silent. My brother was the kind of person who would give you the shirt off his back, she began, her voice trembling. He worked 2 jobs to support his family. Now his children will grow up without a father. That's when it happened. A smirk, then another. Amanda's mother, Donna, found something funny and was sharing it with another relative, both struggling to contain their laughter, completely ignoring the heartbreaking testimony just a few steps away. What angers you more? The fact that someone could laugh in such a tragic moment, or that people often fail to understand others' pain? Tell us in the comments. The judge made them regret it immediately. Judge Lillard, known for her straightforward approach, interrupted the proceedings mid-sentence. Do you think judges should be more tolerant in these cases? Or do you believe that disrespectful behavior should always be punished? Write it in the comments and let's discuss. The atmosphere became tense, as if the very air had cooled, while she fixed a steely gaze on the disrespectful individuals, leaving no doubt that their behavior would not be tolerated. Anyone who can sit here in a tragic moment like this and laugh and smile when someone has lost a loved one, she began, her voice sharp and firm, cutting through the room with a force that made everyone sit up a little straighter. She focused particularly on one of the individuals, stating, "That fool, and that's what I'll call him, a fool," was sitting there, smiling and laughing. Addressing Donna Cool, the judge spoke the words that would soon go viral. "And you can go too, because if you don't know how to behave, you can go to jail. I understand you're angry because your loved one is going to prison. But guess what? He is going to prison for the choices he made. These people are here crying, grieving because a senseless act took away their loved one. And you are sitting here acting like it's a joke." Without hesitation, Judge Lillard ordered that Donna be arrested. 93 days in the Wayne County Jail for criminal contempt, she declared. The transformation on Donna's face was instant, from a dismissive contempt to incredulous shock, as court officers took her away. "Not in courtroom 502, not today, and not any other day," Judge Lillard added, making it clear that such behavior would never be tolerated in her courtroom. The court fell silent, the harsh reality of the tragedy finally surfacing for all present. Amanda Kosal, already facing the consequences of her actions, now watched as her mother was escorted out, her wrong choices aggravating the family's troubles. The Zerker family, though still in mourning, felt a small measure of justice in seeing the disrespect towards their loved one confronted so swiftly and decisively. If you believe that justice should be accompanied by compassion, leave a like and share this video with 3 people who would appreciate this story. Meanwhile, Amanda Kosal's sentencing continued, and the full details of the tragic incident came to light. But wait, because there's a shocking detail that will emerge later, and it could change your perspective on everything. On January 17, 2016, Amanda Kosal had been drinking at a local bar. Security footage shows her stumbling as she heads to her car, ignoring friends who offered to call her a taxi. She insisted she was fine to drive, words that would haunt her forever. That same night, Jerome Zerker had just picked up his fiancée, Brittany, from her shift at a local nursing home. By some miracle, their 5 children, who usually accompanied their father to pick up their mother, were staying with their grandmother that night. As Jerome and Brittany drove home, discussing the evening, Amanda's car crossed the center line, colliding head-on with them. Jerome died on impact, while Brittany suffered serious injuries. Imagine being in their shoes, losing the love of your life, and having to raise 5 children alone. How much do you think pain can transform a person? Share your thoughts in the comments. But as she would later testify in court, the physical pain paled in comparison to the emotional trauma. In one senseless moment, she lost her soulmate, and her children lost their father. "I don't hate you, Amanda," Brittany said, her voice steady despite the tears. "What I hate is the choice you made that night. Jerome always said everyone deserves a second chance. So I hope you use this time to become someone who honors his memory, not someone who takes life for granted." Jerome's mother, Rachel, also addressed the court with an unusual request. She didn't want Amanda to serve just the sentence. She wanted her to work and support Jerome's family, as he would have done if he were still alive. "I want you to remember what your actions took away from my grandchildren," Rachel said, her voice laden with emotion. "Every week, I want you to think about the lives you forever changed." After the emotional testimonies from Brittany and Rachel, Judge Lillard called for a brief recess to consider the sentence. Today's magic word is accountability. Write it in the comments and join our weekly contest to win exclusive prizes. But most importantly, let us know what this word means to you. The courtroom remained tense as everyone awaited the judge's decision. Upon reconvening, Judge Lillard addressed Amanda Kosal directly. "Ms. Kosal, the gravity of your actions and their consequences cannot be underestimated," the judge said. Amanda Kosal was sentenced to 15 years in prison for the deadly incident caused by drunk driving. As she was taken away, the weight of her actions and their consequences seemed to finally sink in. The courtroom fell silent once more, but this time it was a silence of reflection and understanding. As the courtroom emptied after Amanda Kosal's sentencing, a flurry of activity erupted in the hallway. The Kosal family, still shaken by the double shock of Amanda's imprisonment and Donna's sudden 93-day sentence, huddled together in urgent conversation. "We have to get Mom out of there," Amanda's sister Jessica insisted, her voice trembling with a mix of anger and fear. "It's not fair. She didn't do anything wrong." Their father, John, nodded grimly. "I've already called Uncle Mike. He knows a good lawyer who specializes in appeals. They're already on their way." Just in time, a man in a suit approached them quickly, carrying a briefcase at his side. "I'm attorney David Rosen," he said, shaking hands with John. "Mike told me about the situation. Let's find a quiet place to talk." They retreated to a small conference room where Rosen listened intently as the family explained the events that had led to Donna's contempt charge. "If you were in their shoes, what would you do? Would you defend a relative at all costs, or would you respect the court's decision? Share your point of view." Frowning as he took notes, occasionally asking for clarifications. "Look," Rosen said, leaning forward, "I'll be clear with you. Appealing a contempt charge is not easy, especially when it comes from a judge like Lillard. She's known for keeping a firm grip in her courtroom." "But there has to be something we can do," exclaimed Jessica, her eyes bright with unshed tears. Rosen raised a conciliatory hand. "Our best chance is to prepare a sincere apology and a plea for leniency. We'll emphasize that Ms. Kosal's behavior was out of character, caused by the stress of the situation. We'll also need people who know her to speak about her usual, respectful nature." The family nodded eagerly, hope replacing their despair. "The most important thing," Rosen continued seriously, "is that Ms. Donna Kosal shows genuine remorse. No excuses or justifications. She must take full responsibility for what she did and express sincere regret, especially to the victim's family." As the family absorbed this advice, Rosen began drafting the appeal. The conference room buzzed with activity as they gathered character references and prepared their strategy for the following day's hearing. Donna Kosal, in a jail cell, was already coming to terms with the gravity of her actions, setting the stage for a transformative appearance before Judge Lillard the next morning. Has this story touched you? Don't let it go unnoticed. Subscribe to the channel and help us bring to light other tales that deserve to be told. The next day, Donna Kosal appeared once again before Judge Lillard, transformed by her night in jail. The disrespectful demeanor was gone, replaced by genuine remorse. Attorney David Rosen stood beside her, his presence a silent support as Donna addressed the court. "Your Honor," Donna began, her voice slightly trembling, "I want to express my deepest apologies for my behavior yesterday. It was completely unacceptable." Rosen nodded encouragingly, and Donna continued, turning to Jerome's family. "To the Zerker family, I'm truly sorry. My actions were reckless and disrespectful. You deserved better, especially at such a painful time. The memory of Mr. Zerker deserves nothing but respect, and I failed to show that." As Donna spoke, Rosen presented character references and a formal plea for leniency to the court. He emphasized Donna's generally respectful nature, and the stress that had led to her unusual behavior. Judge Lillard listened attentively, her expression inscrutable. When Donna finished, the judge spoke. "Ms. Kosal, I sincerely appreciate your apology and the steps you have taken to make amends. Although your behavior yesterday was indeed unacceptable, your remorse today has been noted." She reduced Donna's sentence to the time already served, but underscored the lesson. Actions have consequences. Let this be a reminder of the respect owed in this court, and, more importantly, the sanctity of human life. The news of Judge Lillard's response to the courtroom disruption quickly went viral, with millions praising her swift justice and commitment to maintaining respect in her courtroom. But for the judge, this was about more than becoming an internet sensation. In subsequent interviews, she emphasized the importance of preserving the dignity of hearings, especially during moments of profound pain and loss. Today, Judge Lillard's courtroom stands as a reminder that justice is not just about laws and procedures, but also about basic human respect. The incident has become a valuable lesson taught in legal education to demonstrate the importance of courtroom behavior and the judge's power to enforce it. Law students now study the case, not only for its legal points, but for the important lesson it teaches about compassion, accountability, and the human side of justice. Today's magic word is accountability. Write it in the comments and join our weekly contest to win exclusive prizes. But most importantly, let us know what this word means to you. As for Jerome Zerker, his family continues to advocate for tougher laws against drunk driving and support other families affected by similar tragedies. The events in courtroom 502 that day remind us that true justice involves more than just verdicts and sentences. It requires respect. Respect for the law, respect for the court, and above all, respect for human life and the profound impact its loss has on those who remain. Judge Lillard's actions highlighted an essential truth, that in moments of tragedy, the least we can offer is our sincere respect and attention. Visitors to the Wayne County Courthouse today might notice something special in courtroom 502. A small plaque now hangs near the judge's bench, bearing the words, "Justice without compassion is incomplete, but compassion without accountability fosters wrongdoing." It serves as a daily reminder of the day when a moment of disrespect led to a powerful lesson in justice, accountability, and the lasting impact of our choices. And if you thought this was an incredible story, the next video will take you to discover an event so surprising that it seems impossible. Get ready. The next story will be pure madness. This is a story about broken lives, but also about second chances. If you believe in the power of change, share this video with at least 3 people who might be inspired by this message. Don't miss the upcoming stories. Subscribe to the channel now and activate the bell. It's free, easy, and essential to continue telling extraordinary stories like this one.